Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Danielle Percival.
And I'm Jonathan Sellers. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Sports. The baseball team had their first road series of the year over the weekend as they took on Southern Miss in what's become an annual series between the two schools. In Game 1 on Friday, Tanner Hicks pitched a strong 7 innings, giving up just 3 runs, but the Golden Eagles' Connor Fisk did him one better, throwing 7 innings, giving up just 1 run and striking out 13 in a 3-1 win. Garrett Pitts had 2 hits in the loss. In Game 2, Shane McCain was the star as Troy shot out Southern Miss 5-0. McCain threw 7 innings, giving up 4 hits and striking out 6, while Jeremy McGowan came on to pick up the save. Trevin Hall and Tyler Vaughn each had 3 hits for Troy. The Trojans and Eagles battled back and forth in Game 3 with Southern Miss coming out on top 7-6. Southern Miss jumped out to a 4-0 lead, but Troy came back to tie at 4 in the third. The Trojans then held a 6-5 lead in the 8th, but Southern Miss scored 2 in the bottom half to take the win. Despite the 2 losses, Coach Bobby Pierce saw some good things from his team.
We didn't win the series, but I think that we did learn a lot about our new, young, inexperienced bunch, and that they are willing to compete, and they competed hard. And if that's what we gained out of losing a series, I think that's going to bode very well for us for the remainder of the season.
And Troy was back at home on Tuesday looking to take down Sanford, and from the way things started, it looked like they would do just that. Amy Austin was there and has the story.
Starting off strong but coming up just short. The Troy University baseball team took on Sanford University in the first home midweek game and lost 11-9.
Really like the way we started this game. We've been working on some things that looked like they were going to, come alive for us, and I can't remember one like this in my career. That's tough to get out to a 7-0 lead and watch it evaporate and the other team to come back and take a lead on you.
Troy took the lead in the bottom of the first 7-0. The Bulldogs then slowly chipped away at the lead until they took the game in the 7th and secured it in the 9th.
It is baseball. It's a cruel game at times. Right now it's beating us up a little bit. We're going to have to be tough enough to respond to that and, go back and get some things done in practice, maybe shift a few things around in the lineup just to get a little bit more offensive production.
With one last non-conference series this weekend before heading into conference play, Coach Pierce knows just what his team needs to improve on.
We're just going to have to improve overall. There was a lot of things. There was a lot of 1-2 pitches that were left up that they got some base hits on, and the list goes on and on with things that we can get better at. So we'll start and try to improve those things and see if we can turn these type of games around into our favor.
Amy Austin, Trojan Sports Now.
The Trojan softball team had their best weekend of the season, coming away 4-1 at the Eagle Classic. The Trojans saw success against their former rival from the Sun Belt, Middle Tennessee, winning twice against the Blue Raiders, including Sunday's finale with a 5-2 victory. The Trojans' only loss of the tournament was to Georgia Southern on Saturday. J.C. Affelt had a monster weekend and finished Sunday with another win, allowing 5 hits and striking out 9. Affelt tossed her first collegiate no-hitter on Saturday in a 7-0 decision against Tennessee State. Over the weekend, Affelt went 3-0 with a .69 ERA and 24 strikeouts in 20 1/3 innings. Head coach Melanie Davis knows Affelt's weekend was a special one.
Well, of course, we're very proud for JC. She pitched really well throughout the weekend. She actually was able to pitch in 3 contests on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Of course, the highlight for her and for all of us was that exciting no-hitter that she threw, which doesn't happen very much. The hitters work so hard, the bats are so hot, and defenders can, maybe not make the diamond catch that's necessary for that game to be a no-hitter. But our kids played good defense. We almost had a perfect game. I think we gave up 1 walk and then 1 error. So it was a very exciting time for us, and then we hit the ball really well during that contest.
The Trojans then traveled to Atlanta for their first midweek road contest of the season and dropped a tightly contested game to Georgia Tech, losing 2-1. Sophomore Sarah Mott got the start for the Trojans and allowed just 1 run on 5 hits in 4 innings. Affelt took over in the 5th and allowed just 1 run on 2 hits in 2 innings. Senior Ebony Wright led the Trojans at the plate, picking up 3 of Troy's 6 hits on the day. Casey McAllister, Erica Davis, and Heather Johnston each added a hit of their own.
And the women's basketball team was looking to lock up a spot for the conference tournament as they took on Louisiana Monroe, but a back-and-forth battle went the way of the Warhawks. The Trojans led for more than 15 minutes in the second half, but ULM rallied to pick up a 91-87 win at Fant Ewing Coliseum on Saturday afternoon. Troy led by as many as 8 points and was ahead 78-77 with under 4 minutes to go. However, the Trojans didn't hit a field goal for the next 3 minutes as ULM rallied for the win. The Trojans got 30 points from Joanna Harden, while Courtney Coleman added a season-high 27 points. Even though the Trojans lost to the Warhawks, they got some good news Sunday as South Alabama lost to Louisiana Lafayette. That loss guaranteed the Trojans a spot in the Sun Belt tournament. So Troy's game Thursday night against UT Arlington was all about seeding. Mitchell Spoon was there and caught the action.
Wednesday night, the women's basketball team accomplished 2 goals en route to an 88-77 victory over UT Arlington at Trojan Arena. They improved their home winning streak to 6 in a row and improved to 5th in the Sun Belt standings, tied with Georgia State. Head coach Shannon Rigby said the team acted on the goals she had set for the game.
We're still holding to our goal of trying to be the most improved Sun Belt Conference team when we get to the tournament. And so it wasn't just like playing a team that we were in the tournament and they're not. We had goals set for ourselves this game, and the defensive goals. And so it fueled some fire in them, and I think they played with passion tonight. I was proud of them.
Senior guard Joanna Harden led the Trojans with 24 points, but in an interesting twist, she wasn't the star of the game. Fellow senior Brooke Bobby landed that title with a stellar performance, putting out 15 points and sinking 5 3-pointers in the game.
Yeah, I mean, they kept leaving me open, so I just kept shooting it. So I've been shooting good all week in practice too. So
yes, she shoots like that every day at practice, and you know, we know she can shoot like that. So I was glad that her teammates were able to get her the ball tonight, and she was loaded and ready to go.
While the Trojans' offense shot only 37% and the Mavericks shot 44%, it was the defense that was the highlight of the night, forcing 32 turnovers in the game, giving Troy 24 points off those turnovers.
We knew if they were able to get the ball close to their basket, to their post players, we didn't have much of a chance because they have very athletic post players. So we put that challenge on our guards to create so many turnovers that they couldn't get the ball to their post. And we were actually trying to set a record tonight. That's what we were saying is, you know, let's break the record and get as many turnovers as possible.
The Trojan men's basketball team bettered their chances of making a trip to New Orleans on Saturday with a convincing win against Louisiana Monroe. The Trojans defeated the Warhawks 61-46 Saturday afternoon to take over sole possession of 8th in the Sun Belt standings. The top 8 teams will advance to the tournament following this week's completion of the regular season. Hunter Williams had a game-high 24 points, and the Trojans maintained a double-digit lead the entire second half. Head coach Phil Cunningham said his team is getting it together at the right time.
We go on the road against a team that had been playing well, and they had a big win over South Alabama Thursday night. It was a great example of what we've been talking about with our guys' character all year, that they were able to bounce back and get a road win and to do it so convincingly.
Well, the team had the chance to punch their ticket to New Orleans last night. Texas State lost, which meant all Troy had to do was beat UT Arlington, and they made the trip to the Big Easy. But as Amy Austin shows us, it wasn't quite that easy.
In trying to secure a spot in the conference tournament, Troy's men's basketball team took on UT Arlington on Thursday night. In double overtime, Troy lost 87-86.
That's a hard one to swallow right there, and particularly for those 6 seniors and who you know, I know every coach will say this, but those guys deserve to be in New Orleans, and you know, we had our chance to get there tonight, and we didn't finish it off.
UT Arlington outshot Troy 35-72, while Troy only shot 30-71. In three-pointers, the Trojans shot 8 of 29, just one behind the Mavericks.
Our guys fought back; they never gave up. I think everybody in the arena gave up on them, and I don't blame a fan if he or she did give up on them, but they refused to give up, and you know, that's got to carry us over to Saturday night.
Antoine Myers took over for the Trojans in the second half after the Mavericks had gone on a 19-0 run. Following Hunter Williams' 25 points, Myers had 21 points in the game.
And man, for him to step up and put the team on his shoulders like he did in that stretch to come back was nothing short of amazing. But it didn't surprise us any. I mean, he's a tough son of a gun. He's got a high level of character.
Putting this tough loss behind them, the Trojans have to prepare for Saturday's game against Texas State, looking to secure a spot in the conference tournament.
what these guys have got to do, and I believe they'll do it, is that game's over, and we've got to move on quickly, because now what we talked about is basically our tournament starts Saturday. If we win, we get to advance on to New Orleans. If we lose, we're done.
Amy Austin, Trojan Sports Now.
The women's golf team finished tied for 6th at the Kiowa Island Classic earlier this week. Troy finished alongside Arkansas State with a final score of 9-13. Individually, the Trojans had 2 golfers place in the top 10, with juniors Taylor McGraw and Brooke Spinks tying for 8th place with scores of 8 over par, while fellow junior Sydney Conrad placed in the top 50, tied at 45th with a score of 16 over par.
The Trojan women's tennis team pushed their win streak to 3 after 2 wins over the weekend. The Trojans beat Kennesaw State 4-3 on Saturday after being up 4-1 before the Owls fought back to make it a close contest. The Trojans were dominant in the doubles point, winning both matches 8-0. Then on Sunday, the Trojans again hit the court at the Lunsford Tennis Complex and came away with a 5-2 victory against Arkansas State. Anya Kosevich and Trang Hyun both won their 5th straight singles match and have also won 5 straight together in the doubles. The Trojans have now won 4 of their last 5 and pushed their record to an even 500 at 5-5 overall. Well, the men's tennis team dropped 2 close matches over the weekend, falling 4-2 to Southern Miss on Friday and 4-3 to Lamar on Sunday.
Troy University announced Wednesday that the men's and women's rodeo team will no longer be a part of Troy Athletics. Athletic Director John Hartwell said that after an evaluation of the program that included revenue, expenses, participation numbers, and risk management, the decision was made to terminate the program at the end of the academic year. Currently, the Troy Rodeo team competes in the Ozark region of the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association, and currently there are 19 student athletes on the team. Former head coach Josh Simmons resigned in December and was replaced by interim coach Will Bradley.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a look ahead to the final home games for the basketball teams.
But first, I had the chance to sit down with one women's basketball player before the final weekend of the season. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.